Yep. That would
Right.
that would look like where we would have to go down that road.
All right.
You want to call out what you're looking at, where I can jot down the
All right. We're heading north on Chickasaw. Right.
I think that's too far.
Yeah, I just went past it. Cascade Road. Go ahead and pull up
Spell.
Cascade. Cascade Road. We're going to be heading west on Cascade. All right.
Should be houses coming up soon. You have to turn into somewhere.
All right, heading down Cascade. This is the first right over here. And the road looks like it bends a little bit to the right, see?
Right.
Coming down that way?
That looks familiar. It might have made a left though.
All right. Let's see what road that is. That's Cascade Oaks Drive. Let's go left and see what happens.
Should be a short road. Should be somewhere you can turn. Let the pictures run there real quick. I remember going down the road and then like passing through like a very short side street to another longer road.
There's a short side street.
Okay.
Sumter Court. And then this one looks like a bend, so. Do you remember bending?
I remember there was like a side street. Here's the side street. Can I paste paper
Oh,
and draw?
let's do this. Here you go. Okay, Cascade. If you take it to the end, it's Anthony Lane.
Okay.
If you make a left, if you say there was a left, there's Eric Court. That's a real short one. It's like a little dead end. And it's also on the way to go out. Because if she's going to use this as a cut through, Goldenrod is right there. She's going to have to turn and go down the turn.
That would be easier to see in person, I think.
That's fine. We can do that. See, the only way out of this subdivision is either Turn Drive or Quail Pond Street, both along the Goldenrod. So if you're coming down the Cascade,
that would mean I would seem more likely what she would do. But like I said, if we do that in person, I probably would be able to do it.
Which way was the car facing? Like she was coming from her house or towards her house?
Towards her house, because the way that like I said, that it was like a short like street, and then there was like you make a left, and her car was heading towards where we came from. So I turned it around and I parked in front of her car.
Did you help put gas in it, or how did that work?
I just held the gas. I was gonna put the gas tank, like I wanted to put the gas in the car, but she wanted to put the gas in the car, like that. Pour the gas in the car.
She wanted to pour the gas in the car?
Yeah. So I mean, there was one point when she handed me one of them, and I put it down, and then I handed her the other one.
So there was 2 cans?
Yep.
All right. Well, are you?
I don't think that she used all the gas in the second one.
So you see her walking down the road.
Right, with a backpack on.
What did the backpack look like?
A JanSport backpack, I think. It looked like a black and pink and white backpack. If I can remember.
Is it the one that's been on TV? She walked into her attorney's office?
Yeah, that's the one. That's why.
What about a duffel bag? You ever see her with a duffel bag? Black and gray, maybe?
I think that's a small one.
Maybe.
So she's walking down the road. She's got the backpack on. She jumps in the car with you. What
Take
did
her
she
to.
say?
She says, "Oh, I need to get gas. Drive back to my place." So we go back to her place. She goes to get gas. We get the gas cans in the shed, and then we go to her car.
You go in the backyard with her to get the can?
Mm-hmm.
You do go in the backyard?
Yeah.
Okay. You said that you saw the neighbor that day. Can you describe him?
It was when you're pulling up and you're looking out to the street. It was to the right.
White male, black male?
White male.
Heavy set, thin?
Heavy set.
Heavy set? And you went in the backyard with her?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to help her break the lock on the shed, or did she do that herself? You broke the lock on the shed? Can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. What you used to pry the lock off shed?
I used one of my tire irons. No.
This was on the 23rd.
Right.
This isn't getting you in trouble.
Well, I mean, also,
we need to explain as to what happened.
I also want to bring that up, though, the fact that, I mean...
Well, she lives there. She's got the right to do those things, and that's between...
I mean, I've done that before. I was just saying, I've done that at my shed, and I've told my parents right after the fact I had to get gas from the shed. I mean, she told me that she was going to tell her dad. I mean, but she also told me that her dad took care of the car, too, so, I mean...
Okay. Fast forwarding ahead. Anything, your senses, anything in the backyard, any odors that you detected, any odors at the car, above and beyond gasoline? No. When you went into the shed on the 23rd, common shed, yard tools, things of that nature, shovels?
It looked like it was packed out, just packed out shed. And I remember the gas cans being on the top of the shelf.
Okay, so you grabbed the gas cans and carried them out with her.
She grabbed them and I carried them.
Okay, did she ever go in the house that day?
Yes, because we went through what happens is she always goes opens up the garage, and then walks into the garage, through the garage, and through the back door, and then goes out the sunroom. I guess she has. Is that what you call it, a sunroom?
Mm-hmm.
The screen. Yeah.
All right, you're giving me indication. Are you curious at all about what this was?
No, that's why I asked you.
Any idea what this was? What's that girl's name?
Jenna. One of your shoe girls? Cute redhead?
Yes.
That's the directions to her house.
Okay. I know that she hung out with her while I was away.
She did.
Is that your room?
No.
Okay. Any idea who the people in the picture are?
No.
Okay. Do you know if that's Casey?
Doesn't really look like her. Can't tell.
Okay. 'Cause that doesn't look like you, so that's what I was kind of curious.
No, it's not me. I don't have those shoes either.
Do you ever see a bag like that, or carrying a bag like that, like a gym bag? She used to work out. A duffel bag, something like that.
I remember seeing some kind of duffel bag, but it was always wide open and had a bunch of clothes in it.
How big of a duffel bag?
It didn't seem like that looks like a normal, that looks like a gym bag, like I would have for lacrosse almost, like
right.
a big duffel bag.
Like
hers didn't seem like that big.
Okay.
I can't remember though.
All right. That's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to see if you had recognized the room or whose that was. That's not yours.
No.
Okay. One other thing I wanted to kind of...
Go ahead. I have beige walls.
That's okay. One thing I wanted to share with you, and this stays between us. Okay.
Recorder.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
When you used to email her or text her, what was her email or her persona name? Like if you send an email to me, it might be under, Y-Mellish or whatever.
Right.
Casey Marie, sound familiar?
That's her screen name.
Okay. What about Special Agent Jag 4? Whose screen name was that? All right. I want to show you something that we found. That's one of the reasons that we're very concerned.
Really?
Yeah. Just I'll let you read along. Marie, I can hit up my friend Annie for some Xanax. It's not a question of whether she was doing drugs. We know she does drugs.
Okay.
It's a question of...
Did I ever see it?
Well, not only that, but I'm sure you've also heard on the news, it's not only Xanax that we're concerned about, it's also chloroform. And we all know that chloroform is something that you can get high off of. It's not that hard to get off the internet. Everyone could order it. Before we get surprised by something, we need to hear it from you. If your group is into the, obviously, Zanny bars isn't that uncommon, especially over in wholesale. It's either Zanny bars or weed, one of the two.
Right.
So, talk to me about this real quick. What else do you know about Xanax and her or chloroform?
I know that chloroform I don't know about, but Xanax I know that people can definitely get Xanax at wholesale.
Yeah.
Definitely. She definitely could have overheard that from one of my roommate's friends.
There are a lot of drugs in and out of the apartment over there at the time, or your roommates peddling or anything like that we don't want to get blindsided with?
Because we don't need someone to come up to us and say, yeah, I remember this guy used to always come to Tony's apartment and try and he'd sell stuff and then he would sell it to he'd sell it or give it to
I think
Casey.
The only thing that really was going through, or people were coming over to do was smoke.